Mask mandate now. His motives are being questioned. Andy Blalock says he's fighting for the kids, but some argue the fight isn't worth students missing valuable time out of school. Andy Blalock making a clear demand today to Huntsville City Schools leaders.
It's time to end the mask mandate.
Blalock, a Huntsville City Schools teacher, running to represent Alabama's 5th congressional district in the U.S. House of Reps, tonight urging parents to keep their kids home from school tomorrow.
I organized a stay at home where I encourage for parents to keep their kids at home this Friday, February 25th.
A push Beverly Sims with the Alabama Educational Association says is a big problem.
The issue here is, what are we teaching our kids? If we're teaching them to go against their leaders, the superintendent of their school system, who they should respect, that bothers me a lot, that parents are doing these kinds of things, or politicians or whoever it is, would be doing these type of things.
Blalock asked parents to follow his lead and send this letter from his website to the leaders of Huntsville and Madison City Schools.
People are going to have negative thoughts on this. My intent is not to stir the pot. It is not to upset people. It is certainly just to let the school board members and the superintendent know just how many people actually stand behind mask optional, so that perhaps they can make a better decision and allow us to have that option.
Madison schools shifting to mask optional effective today, despite the county's high positivity rate. A move Blalock and his team takes credit for.
Day before our organized stay at home. So I feel like we've already won, and I hope that Huntsville City Schools will do the same.
He can take credit for it, but I can tell you right now, I know Dr. Nichols very well. I speak to him almost daily. He is not one to make decisions because of any political propaganda.
And Dr. Nichols, superintendent of Madison City Schools, explaining his decision, says COVID cases within the district dropped from 500 cases to just 6 over the last few weeks.
We never thought it would last, and it would have run out eventually at the end of the school year. But what concerned us was those numbers of testing.
Looking at Huntsville City Schools data, right now, 29 students have COVID.
Our superintendent and deputy superintendent of Huntsville City has failed to respond to anyone.
Blalock denies doing this for political gain and says it's solely about issues students are having wearing masks.
There are students with speech impediments, and they understand speech when they can see your mouth move better. These kids are at odds. They're having a hard time.
But some say the students are best left out of these debates.
But let's don't drag these kids into this. Let's let them go to school and let our teachers and our staff love them and instruct them the way they love to do.
I reached out to Huntsville City Schools about this. The spokesman says he'll do his best to get back to us after speaking to his team about it. Meantime, Andy Blalock's team is planning a possible demonstration if the district does not respond. Stay with us for updates.
Well, we now know when the SLS for the Artemis 1 mission will roll out to the